Hello, real writers. It's been a while. Chris here, and is it too late to say Happy New Year? I can't tell you how many times I have tried to record something and the video messed up or it took way too long to load and then it wouldn't load, and I just took that as a sign that it wasn't the right time to do any of these videos. But I missed you and I missed doing this. So this is going to be a bit of a mashup between my journal with me videos and my tarot for writers videos, which are usually oracle cards because I love oracle cards. And that means that we will read through these 3 cards and discuss them. And then if you'd like to stay on for the journaling portion at the end for 10 minutes, please do. If not, you can drop off, and no hard feelings. So what I have with me today, find the card booklet, is Alberto Villoldo. Pardon me, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, I'm guessing. And Colette Baron-Reid's new The Shaman's Dream Oracle cards. And I wanted to share this box of matches with you because I was in a store recently visiting my sister after a very long time, got to see the kids, and we were in this store and I found this box of matches, and yes, I did buy it because of what it said on the box. Darling, you are made of stardust and wishes and magical things. So yeah, I spent $4 on these matches for that reason. And in case you needed to hear this message, here it is for you as well. All right, let's get started with card 1, 2, or 3. From left to right, we're just going to do normal. And this one is Dust Devil. There we go. Moving out of stagnation. So there's the card. So you guys can see that. Okay, so let's look that up. It is number 15. Dust Devil. Embrace the chaos, trust in the process, moving out of stagnation. The presence of the Dust Devil causes a ruckus. Some people are afraid of his chaotic nature, believing that he comes to intentionally stir things up. The truth is, you can't expect this dream ally to behave, to bring niceness, to be clean. His power is in the mess he creates as he calls for you to engage in the full cyclone of life. I love that. Cyclone of life. He represents 2 aspects to you now. The winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening. Wait, that's a weird sentence. He represents 2 aspects to you now. The winds in your outer life appearing to throw you off course, where you assume the world is coming at or happening to you, and the winds that churn inside you, with the Dust Devil arising from your dreamscape to help you escape your invisible chains, shackling you to a barren desert. Oh my goodness. No punctuation in that sentence as an editor. Oh, that was painful. Okay. So I'm just going to summarize that because that was a very long, jumbled kind of sentence. There are 2 aspects that he represents. One is the one appearing to throw you off course, and the other is the winds throwing you off course, or the winds that churn inside you. And the Dust Devil is rising up to help you escape your invisible chains. So back to the booklet. Stop asking for things to be perfect. Awkward, messy, conflicted, exuberant, and wild is how you shift. Trust this process. The Dust Devil knows what you need when you need it. Once things settle, you will see the gleaming jewels awaiting your discovery, the wisdom awaiting integration. So here's my writing experience in the past year and a half. I've written 2 poems and have completely not done final edits on a novel that was supposed to be published last year. I have found it impossible to concentrate. I've worked 14 to 16-hour days at my regular job. I've had editing projects. that I was grateful to have to focus on, because it did make me feel like I was being somewhat creative, if not with my own work. So how about you? How was it for you? You probably felt like you were moving in a certain direction before the pandemic, and now everything is moving in a different direction. Either you were very, very focused and you finished something, and that's amazing. Please put that in the comments so we can celebrate you. Or you were thrown off course, or you decided you didn't want the things you thought you wanted, whether that's a project you were working on that you had been giving so much time to, or a conference you signed up for, or whatever. I've realized for me that I have zero interest in playing the writing game. I'm happy to help people who want to play that game or be part of that world, and advise and connect. But I'm trying to evolve my relationship with my writing is the bottom line. So what about you? How are you evolving your relationship with your writing? How are you feeling the winds of change? Are you feeling them externally? Or are you feeling them internally? And can you ride that? Can you walk straight into them and with your eyes open? Although that wouldn't really be good in a dust storm, but and meet that head on. Where are you? How do you feel about these things? And maybe these are questions for you to journal on if you're staying for that portion. But the bottom line is the stuff is going to be messy and there's no way to change that. So you need to trust the process, that the winds are pushing you in the right direction. So let's read card number 2. And that is Unmarked Trail, Revelation. Well, that's kind of appropriate as well. That's a lovely deep green, wonderful deep green card. So Unmarked Trail, Revelation, number 57. I'm just going to leave these turned around in case you skipped straight to the card you chose and you are attracted to any of the others. 57. An unprecedented experience, discovery, and revelation. You are called now to embark on a sacred journey. The Arthurian knights, in their quest for the Holy Grail, had to make sure to take an unmarked trail that no one had ever followed, or they would not accomplish their goal. Likewise, you must enter the darkest forest of your soul via a route as yet unidentified to find what you seek. The manicured paths will bring you only temporary pleasure and later great pain. Stop. You already know there is no reward at the end of the road you are following. You are only killing time. Pause, breathe, and commit in your heart to a sacred endeavor. Vow to not look for old solutions that may have worked with past challenges. Get out of character, try the outrageous, and keep your quest private. Now is not the time to speak of the voice that called you to embark on the unmarked trail. That time will come. The unmarked trail can be a sign that you have already made a choice, even if you do not want to acknowledge it. Be at peace with what your heart knows to be true. Your heart has already been made up, and your mind will follow. Pack lightly, taking with you only essential beliefs that you know to be trustworthy under all circumstances. The universe has your back. Okay, so these are sort of moving in tandem or moving together, these cards. But when I was reading, get out of character, try the outrageous, and keep your quest private, now is not the time to speak of the voice that called you to embark on the unmarked trail. That time will come. That felt very exciting to me. I hope it did for you as well. You're the one that's going to mark this trail yourself, nobody else. And it sounds like there is a direction already if you're willing to follow it. And you already know what that is, but maybe you're hesitating or you're tired. Aren't we all tired? I mean, that's okay. We're not going to get a lot of answers here. We're just going to get some direction or some affirmation of what we already know. It feels like we've all been in a dust storm for the last year, and now there's the trail we thought we were on is not the right trail anymore. And now here's a new trail, and we're going to have to just step forward and mark it ourselves. And this might be a good idea to question your beliefs about yourself as a writer. What are your beliefs about you as a writer? Who do you think you are as a writer? Maybe write down, if you're journaling later with us, who you were before as a writer. Be as honest as you can. And then what has shifted for you and what you feel like now as a writer. What's changed for you? What do you want to try that you couldn't imagine trying before as a writer? Because this card is saying that now's the time to do that. Get out of character. Try the outrageous. And keep the quest private. It's important to not share everything as a writer until you're ready. I often tell writers to pretend they're in a black box, which the inside of which they can decorate however they wish. You can have a tree growing in there. You can do whatever you want. But what your writing stays in that black box. No one can see you. No one can hear you. No one knows what you're doing. And you can, when you're finished writing, you come out of that mental black box, and everything in there is safe. And that can sort of help you feel less inhibited when you're writing. So keeping the quest private is important so that you feel uninhibited, that you feel like you can try something without others judging you. So let's move on to card number 3. And that is gathering around, the power of community. Number 26. Kind of ethereal mushrooms and dragonflies, and maybe that's a butterfly, I can't really tell. And there's more, no, there's dragonflies and butterflies. And snails and lights, and looks very fairy-like. So this feels like the reward at the end of the trail, doesn't it? Gathering around, the power of community, with everybody sharing who they are and what they've learned, both during the dust storm and after, as they came out of it and set off on their path. So number 26. The power of community, being safe and secure, allowing help. There are times when you need positive reinforcement from others. Perhaps your journey has made you tired just before reaching the proverbial finish line where your friends await to cheer your arrival. Know this, you are not alone, regardless of whether you think you are. People gather around to help with your next step as you bring it forth from the cosmos into the beauty of life. There has never been another you before, and you have a unique relationship with your friends, family, communities, and all those who gather to help you in the unseen realms. Now is the time to allow assistance from others. Ask for it and trust that you will recover it. Oh, receive it, sorry. Let me say that again. Now is the time to allow assistance from others. Ask for it and trust that you will receive it. You are safe and secure right now in this moment, truly supported in your beautiful, amazing, complicated life. You are heard by angels, witnessed by the divine, and loved. Yes, loved, now and always by life itself. Whatever your query, you will find the help you need to achieve what you desire, and you will not have to do this alone. Count on it. Phew, well that feels better, doesn't it? So I see this card as twofold. That there are people you will meet along the way. There are people on this journey themselves that you may cross paths with. There will be people you'll encounter that will provide assistance and support and to cheer you on. And then there's also a gathering at the end where everyone will come together, having been through this process, this journey, this trial by fire together, and everybody sharing what they've learned and, like I said at the beginning, who they are. So let me just read this part again. You are safe and secure right now in this moment, truly supported in your beautiful, amazing, complicated life. You are heard by angels, witnessed by the divine, and loved. Yes, loved, now and always by life itself. Whatever your query, you will find the help you need to achieve what you desire, and you will not have to do this alone. Count on it. So now, knowing that you don't have to do this alone, whatever it is, whether you're reading this as an entire reading of 3 cards or you are picking one of the other cards, or this is your card. You don't have to do this alone. You will receive the support that you need. How does that make you feel? Do you believe that? If you don't, that's something to journal on. Is there anyone offering support now that you're not taking advantage of? Is there support that you need? Maybe you could put that down in your journal if you're journaling with us, to put out a call to the universe for that assistance, for that support, knowing that what you think you need may not be what you need or what you receive. Remember that. We think we know, but we don't always know. So it might be interesting to journal a little bit on all of these questions. Later you can go back to look at the video and look at the cards again, at the progression there. Because, you might want to see what do you want to try? Who are you now as a writer? What do you want to try? What have you done in the past that you want to stop doing? What challenges do you want to face? What outrageous things do you want to do? And who might you reach out to for support and inspiration and wisdom? So let's journal on this for 10 minutes. If you are just here for the cards, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. But for the rest of you, let's get out our journals and journal for 10 minutes on the card of your choice. Okay, everybody, let's come back. And I'm sorry the camera is moving. I'm not sure why. Let me see if I can fix it. Let me get motion sickness for a second. Okay, I'm really not sure why this is moving. It's a little bit of the candlelight and a little bit of the arm of the thing that I have it held on. Anyway, let me share something quickly with you before my camera shuts off, and that is, for me, I was writing about how I'm so exhausted after this year that I don't think I have, that the well, the well that you fill for inspiration or dip into for inspiration, it's not just dry, it's buried under years of dirt. And I don't have the energy or the time to dig. I don't want to dig. I don't care. That's what I got to. But then it gets better. I wrote, so maybe I need to learn to live without the well. So there's my deep thought from my writing. Please feel free to share something from what you put in your journal. And I'd love to hear how you are and how your writing's going. And if you have questions and things that I can help with, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. I'm back doing editing work more than I was last year. So if you need an editor, get in touch. And thank you so much for joining me. Happy writing.